Hey everybody, Kevin Harned with you. It's about 1 a.m. here on it's Wednesday morning now, and we're looking at the storm that's passed. The ice accumulations continue. Power outages have been reported. Why is that? The weight of the ice brought down trees and power lines only in a few places. Now, you've heard of about 16,000 homes without power in Jefferson County. That's roughly just under 4%, so that means 96% of us, despite the fact that they've been flickering here at the station, stayed with power. You can see that ice, it builds up. You get a quarter of an inch of ice. That puts about 117 pounds of pressure on those lines. It sometimes bursts the line or at least strains them enough that the transformers blow, and that's what we saw across the area. There's the icy view from Norton Commons, the precip moving on out of the area. You can see that glaze of ice. It will be the side streets that have the problem, and here's the deal. Because we had the sleet and snow that fell first, if that was unable to be treated, the rain fell on top of that. Temperatures have been hovering near the freezing mark. Here's how it worked out. Across portions of Indiana, well, we noticed temperatures as you worked your way from the cloud to the ground below 32 degrees. Fell as snow in some areas, especially up toward Indianapolis. A little closer to us here along the Ohio River, we had that thin area of warm air just above the surface. It was enough to melt the ice droplet the ice that fell from the cloud, turned it into a water droplet. If it was able to freeze back, it fell as sleet. Most areas did not see it freeze back, and consequently, we had temperatures in a narrow band at the surface, just above where we saw the freezing rain. So that created the coating of ice on everything. Well, let's start out with temperatures here across Kentuckiana and the radar view as well. You'll note that the plume of moisture moving up, the time at the top, 105. So if you're watching this after that, it will be dated. Back out to the west of us, we have this area of precipitation. This will fall in the form of snow showers later today, so we'll have a few snow showers, not expecting much in the way of accumulation with that. Closer to the Louisville area, much of the precip moving on out of the area should continue. The winter storm warning in place now should be allowed to expire early. It kicks the precip on out of here as well. We're left with just a few flurries. We mentioned the temperatures, 34 degrees Louisville. Look at Corydon above freezing. Fort Knox, that certainly helps area road problems for the morning. Our overnight low is not going to drop much. We may fall back into the low 30s to upper 20s in the area, and then should fall during the late morning, early afternoon tomorrow. Our forecast, all in all, not too far from being on target with the ice accumulation across the south. We did have some ice form a little further south than expected, like E-Town down to Bardstown, portions of Shepherdsville. We thought that would happen on the onset, but then you'd go to a cold rain. You held with the freezing rain for a little longer than that. The futurecast shows the end of the precip should stay mostly cloudy. Notice that temperature as we go throughout the day doesn't rise much. In fact, will hold very close to that 30-degree mark. Well, what about temperatures for the morning commute? They should range between 27 and 32 degrees. Could have a few flurries or light snow showers and just a few slick spots expected. All in all, it doesn't look like widespread problems across the area for the morning commute. The side roads, the back roads, those are going to be the ones tough to deal with. We'll await that decision from the school officials as we launch into the early morning hours here. Well, 32, that's close to where we are. We should stay near steady. The winter storm warning will be allowed to expire, especially once the precipitation moves out. During the day Wednesday, we'll look for a few flurries. It's a chilly day. The temperature may actually drop back into the lower 30s to upper 20s during the afternoon. And then, of course, you've probably already heard, as we mentioned, we had 3 storm systems this week. One came in Sunday, the one earlier today, and then the next one and the third one moves in for the weekend. Now, I'm showing that 7-day forecast that was a little off because it automatically adjust at midnight to the times. So it's Saturday and Sunday where we have the chance to see some light snow across the area. At this point, a little too early to talk amounts, but I think we could have another accumulating snow in here by the time the weekend rolls around. So for the snow lovers out there, this has been your winter. And we'll keep an eye on it for you. Hopefully you've enjoyed the blog today. It was minute by minute updated with our team. Lauren Jones and Christy Dutton will be in early on sunrise. It starts a half hour early. at 4 a.m. and then back in here at midday, so at noon on Wednesday. You know, it's February 5th. You know what today is, right? It's National Weather Person's Day. At noon on Wave 3 Listens, the weather team will be on. Brian Good, Ryan Hoke, Andy Weingarten, and myself will all be on taking your calls if you have any questions concerning past weather events that maybe mean something to you or looking ahead. We'll be here to take your calls. Thank you for watching the Weather Blog, for trusting the Wave 3 storm tracking team with the most accurate forecast in town. We'll see you back here soon enough. Take care.